Hi guys, this is Karina. So I am back with another video tutorial, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make these adorable red roses using my template 49, perfect for Valentine's Day. So I do have plenty of tutorials on her. I think I have like 3 of them or maybe 2 already here on my YouTube channel, but I don't think I have a tutorial. I don't remember of just sharing with you how I like to add the glitter on the ends of the petals. So I figured, you know what, let me just make a quick little video to share with you guys on how to do that if you want to learn how. So you are going to need a couple of things. So obviously my template 49, but if you don't have any of my templates, but you just want to learn how to do the glitter on the rose petals, you can use any rose template that you may have. So I am using my template 49, and then I'm also going to be using, this is the glue that I'm going to be using to add the glitter around the edges, and this is my go-to. It's from Barely Arts, the precision craft glue. So I do get this off Amazon. And then you're going to need obviously some glitter. So I'm using some fine glitter here. This is from Craft Glitter. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with red just to go with the red theme. You're also going to need a glue gun, obviously to make your rose. And then you're also going to need a wooden dowel or an acrylic dowel. It doesn't matter, just something for you to help to roll your petals. I did use my Cricut machine to cut out my petals. Now all of the petals that I do need for this one rose did fit in an 8.5 by 11. Okay, so I just wanted to show you. So this is pretty much how I line them up. So you're going to need 8 of the inner petals, and then you're going to need 16 of the outer petals. Now when you do this amount, she is going to try to give you 2 different mats to cut these out. Like I think it was 3 of them that were out. I just like to edit the mat and then just move these over to the first mat, and they fit perfectly. Okay, so definitely try to squeeze those in with your first mat, because it is going to try to give you 2 mats, but you do not need 2 mats, you guys. Just move these 3 petals onto the first mat, and then you'll just be able to cut them all out on one 8.5 by 11 cardstock sheet. I do have multiple videos. I want to say I know there's 1 or 2, definitely 1 for sure, on sharing with you how I upload my SVG to Design Space, and just sharing with you how to change the measurements. And I do have a general video as well, but I believe it's on template 50, but this applies to all my SVGs on how I just changed the petal sizing. And I do have another video tutorial sharing with you how I make these petals either larger or make them smaller, because this rose is going to be roughly around 3.5 inches, but maybe you want them a little bit smaller. I have gone all the way down to like 1.5 inches on this rose style. So there is a video here on my YouTube channel sharing with you guys how to do that if you want to make them smaller or larger. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start off with our inner petals, which are these round ones. Go ahead and grab 4 first, and then grab yourself a wooden dowel or an acrylic dowel. I'm using an acrylic one, and you're just going to curl them like this inward. You are then going to get your glue gun, and we are going to glue to like this. Turn it. Now I am using Surebonder's mini detailed glue gun. Definitely recommend when you're working with smaller flowers to use a smaller size glue gun. It makes all the difference. I used to, when I first started out, full size glue guns, oh my gosh, I would burn my fingers all the time. Trust me, this makes a huge difference when it comes to working with the smaller ones. So now we're going to get opposite ends, and we're going to form this cone. And you're going to get your glue gun and just add a little bit of glue there. Don't mind my finger over here. I somehow managed to cut it this morning. Glue right there. So this is what you should have right now. glue. Now I am using 65-pound weight cardstock, but you can also use anything lighter than that, even text weight paper. So there is the first part. You're going to go ahead and grab the next 4. So this rose style does come in other sizes. I believe I have maybe 4 more sizes. This is the smallest one, but the largest one does go up to around 17 inches. So you can find those on my Etsy. And honestly, they're all assembled pretty much the same way. Only difference is for the larger roses, I do like to add more inner petals just so that rosebud is a little bit more wider. So this is what you should have. You're gonna add glue in the center, grab your cone, and then add that just like that. Now we're going to add glue to the sides and then wrap around. Don't wrap it around too tightly. Make sure that you're leaving a little bit of space. The last video tutorial that I posted, I shared with you guys how to make these cute Valentine's Day friends, but I did do a tutorial on this rose right here, template 21, if you want to watch that tutorial. Just another cute idea for Valentine's Day. I love making these cute rose animals, well, animals out of roses for Valentine's Day. I always like to give my children's teachers for Valentine's Day, I always like to give them a little cute little guy. Okay, so we have the rosebud. So now I'm gonna go grab now our outer petals. So grab your wooden dowel. We're gonna curl slightly back. Okay, now we are going to add glue to the bottom of our petal, just like this. Then I always like to start where we see this kind of triangle right here. That's where we're going to place our first petal, just like this. Get rid of these little glue strings. Now we are going to add a little bit of glue on the sides, just like that. And then we are going to pinch, just like that. Okay. And then you are going to repeat. Glue, opposite side, little bit of glue, and then pinch. Okay, this is what you have, 1, 2 petals. Now we're going to go the opposite, and we are going to glue these opposite sides. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Guys, so there we go. Those are the first 2 and then the last 2. So this is what you should have. So we are on to the next 4, and we are going to repeat the same thing. We're going to add our glue, and then we're going to go back to that first petal and glue this petal behind it. Okay, just like this. Add a little bit of glue on the side, and we are going to pinch and glue it. I'm kind of using this finger to kind of, I guess, to give space in between this petal and this one, because we don't want it too close together. Oops, I don't think that's stuck right here. We gotta add more. Okay, So there's that petal. So now we're going to repeat and go on the other side. Gonna add glue. Our petal behind this one. Add glue to the sides. Then we are going to pinch. And then again, use this finger to kind of stick it in here because that's going to help you give that space between these two petals. And there you go, you got this one. So we have two more, so now we're going to repeat and we're going to go behind these. I'll be back once I'm done with those. Okay, you guys, so there is the rosebud. So now we're going to add the outer petals. So go ahead and grab 4 more. We're gonna add glue to the bottom, but this time we are gonna go in between petals. So find a corner. We're gonna add our petal underneath, just like that. Now we're gonna add glue to the sides. We're gonna pinch. And again, make sure that you're leaving space between your petals. There's one. Glue. Turn her and go to the next ones. Find that corner. And you want to make sure that you're gluing right where it starts to curve up, okay? That's where you're stopping. We're going to add glue. So now we're going to go with this side. Repeat. If you're wondering, this red is from Printworks DIY, or I should say just Printworks. I don't know why I say DIY. That's their name of their Instagram. Printworks DIY. But Printworks, you can find them on Amazon. There you go. That's actually where I got this packet from. And then we're going to go in between this one. I believe it is, yes, it's part of their Valentine's Day pack. They have a Valentine's Day pack. I believe it's just red, white, and pink. Okay, so we are done with those 4. So we are on to the next layer. So we're going to repeat the same thing. We're now going to go in between these 2 petals. So we're going to go right here. Add glue. And then pinch. Again, be mindful of your spacing. Apologies for the lighting. I feel like it goes bright and then it's just the sun keeps peeking. It comes in and out. All right, we are almost done here. Now I did do 16 outer petals. So that's 4 layers of these outer petals. You could do another layer if you want. I typically stop here for the larger flowers. I do like to add another layer. But typically for this size, I just stick with the 16 outer petals. And guys, for the SVG, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I have clients who are very confused by the SVG. You are only going to see 2 petals, which is the 2 main petals here, which is your heart-shaped petal, which is this outer petal, and then the round inner petal. you need to duplicate those petals. In the video tutorials that I have, that I share how to, you know, work with this template, I do share with you how to duplicate. You just needed, so again, I told you the 8 inner petals, you needed 8. So then you would duplicate that round petal 8 times. And then this heart-shaped petal, you would duplicate it as many times, but typically, like I said, I do 16. So I don't give you the amount of petals already for you to cut. No, you need to duplicate it. I mean, and then you can save it. Just save it so that way you don't have, that's what I did with all my SVGs. I changed the sizing and then I duplicate the many, you know, how many petals I need for each one. And then I save it. So then that way the next time that I'm going to work on the project, I just go and make it, go ahead and cut it. Yeah, there's no need for me to duplicate anymore, if that makes sense. Just want to throw that out there because I can't tell you how many times I've received messages of clients confused why they're only receiving 2 petals when obviously, you know, you need more petals for the rose. Well, that's because we're going to duplicate them on canvas. Okay. And there you go, you guys. The rose is all done. Isn't she cute? She's adorable. She's one of my favorites. So now we're going to go ahead and add, I'm going to show you how to add the glitter. Honestly, it's very self-explanatory, but I'm just going to show you. I'm going to go ahead and grab, I'm going to grab this cardstock right here. I'm just going to use this orange one. I like to put a piece of paper underneath just because I'm working with glitter. I don't want to get my mat all dirty. And then I am going to get my Barely Art Precision Craft glue. Now this one's my favorite just because of that very thin, fine tip. As you can see, I just feel like you can make it, how can I say this? It's easier to work with. There you go. Okay, so this is how I do it. I start with the bottom first and work my way up. And I do layer by layer. So I'm gonna do the first layer. And then I'm just gonna go, you're just outlining the petals just like this. Now, and I only do 1 layer at a time because I do find that this glue dries fast. So if I were to do the whole rose, I feel like it would just dry on me. So I do 1 layer at a time. Sorry, I need to concentrate over here. We're on this last one. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, guys. Okay. And then I'm just gonna grab my glitter. That's why I have this cardstock underneath here, just to catch that glitter. So then that way I can put it back easily back in the bag. Missed a spot over here. Gonna give it a little shake. Just give it a tap. So there you go. There is that first layer. Let me go ahead and do the next layers and then I will be back when I do the inner bud. All right, guys, I am back. So I just have that inner part right here. So I just like to go right on the edge right here. good. I'm gonna grab my glitter. I mean, I love glitter, but my goodness, is it messy? Give her a tap. And then we're gonna let her sit out for a couple of minutes for her to dry a little bit more. Then I'm gonna give her another shake. All right, you guys, and there she is. Now I did want to share a little tip with you, is to grab a brush, any type of brush. I have plenty of these little painter brushes, and then just to kind of like get the glitter that is stuck on the petals. It works like a charm, because I mean, honestly, I try like giving it a blow. It doesn't really work, but using obviously a clean brush, that definitely helps to get the glitter off, you know, whatever's loose off the petals. Okay, so just wanted to share that tip. And we're all done with our rose. Isn't she adorable? And then you can cut out leaves. I did use my pink leaf template that I also have on my Etsy shop, but honestly, you can use any leaf template, or don't even use any leaf. You can just leave it just like this. These are super adorable on top gift boxes. That's what I tend to use these roses for a lot, is for gift box toppers. I mean, or like a gift bag or something, or even honestly just like this, to give it to like a teacher. Like, that's such a cute idea, and which is what I am gonna do for because I think I made like 4 of these, so for my kids teachers, and then just have them write like a little something right here on the leaf. I think that would be adorable. And then maybe on top of like a candy box or something, like those heart-shaped candy box. I think that would be super duper adorable. But wanted to share this little craft idea with you guys. If you're trying to think about what to do for Valentine's Day, this is definitely a cute idea. Well, I hope you found that helpful. So again, this is my template 49, and you can find her on my Etsy shop along with the pink leaf. It is separate, but if you're interested in the leaf, it's also on my Etsy. But again, if you have Cricut Design Space or Silhouette, they have plenty of leaf templates on there as well. But I will chat with you guys later. Bye.